Have you ever felt like you're carrying an invisible weight that no one around you seems to notice? As if the world moves too fast and you're standing still in the middle of the crowd with a tight chest and a lost gaze. This is the silent pain of those with a melancholic soul. A pain that doesn't scream, but eats away inside. And the cruelest part? The one who feels it usually can't explain it. They just feel it. Today, we'll dive into these deep, almost invisible pains, the kind that affect millions of people around the world, but that few are able to recognize. And maybe by recognizing them, you'll find yourself too. One of the greatest pains of the melancholic is feeling too much. They don't just feel their own emotions, they absorb the environment, other people's emotions, the mood of a conversation, even the tone of a message. For a melancholic, a single comment can hurt for days. A cold gesture can dismantle an emotional structure built with great care. They interpret silences, hesitations, and facial expressions as hidden messages. And the problem is, by feeling so much, they blame themselves for everything, even when they're not responsible. On the outside, the melancholic might just seem more introspective, but on the inside, they're often begging for connection. They just don't know how to ask. They don't want to bother anyone. They don't want to seem fragile. They don't want to be a burden. So they go quiet. And that's how isolation begins. Not physical isolation, but emotional. The kind where someone is surrounded by people, yet still feels alone. If this content touches something inside you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might silently going through the same. Sometimes a video can feel like a hug. For the melancholic, nothing is ever good enough. And the worst part, when they themselves are not good enough. Self-criticism is constant. The standards they place on themselves are cruel. It leads to exhaustion. On the outside, it may look like discipline, but inside, it's pressure, fear of failure, fear of letting others down. They're not trying to be better than others. They just want to feel enough, but rarely do. Have you ever heard phrases like, "Wow, you're so sensitive," or "Stop exaggerating"? To the melancholic, those phrases cut deep. They don't want to be too sensitive. They simply are. Their sensitivity isn't a choice. It's their nature. But when that nature is invalidated, they learn to hide, to go silent, to create a version of themselves that's more acceptable, even if it costs them inside. Many melancholics struggle to ask for help, not because of pride, but because of fear. Fear of bothering others, fear of appearing weak, fear of being rejected. They learn to solve everything on their own, to carry everything in silence. But that silence builds like a dam ready to burst. And when it bursts, no one understands, because it always seemed like everything was fine. Few understand this, but melancholics often miss what never even happened. They mourn lost possibilities, dreams that never left the page, paths they blocked themselves out of fear or overthinking. They live in a constant dialogue with the past and with versions of the future that never came. It's a kind of pain that's hard to define, a form of existential grief. But recognizing that pattern is already a step toward breaking free from it. Despite all this silent pain, there's something deeply beautiful in the melancholic soul. They're empathetic, loyal, deep. They hold a rare sensitivity and a refined perception of life. The key is not to eliminate this pain, but to learn how to channel it, to turn emotion into art, silence into wisdom, and pain into inner strength. And that's what we'll talk about in the next videos, how to turn melancholy into power. If you saw yourself in any part of this video, leave a comment below. I feel this. You're not alone, and this channel exists to remind you of that.